Welcome to Quiero Dinero. Quiero Dinero is a space where we chat about entrepreneurship, life, and money, hosted by Juan Pablo Delgado, business owner, CEO of RTB Latinx, and a financial pro. We'll interview entrepreneurs, professionals, and people who are in the hustle in English and Español. We share ideas, concepts, tips for building wealth, and creating smart money. Quiero Dinero es un espacio para cotorrear sobre negocios, emprendimiento, la vida misma y el billete. Entrevistamos y conversamos con empresarios, dueños de negocio y profesionales que están en el ajetreo, en donde compartimos ideas, conceptos, estrategias y tips para lograr tener más billete. Bienvenidos. Welcome.
Hi everyone. I hope that you and your family are doing great. Happiness is everything in my life. Working hard to keep it this way. My guest is Billy Solano. Billy was awarded to become CEO of CMIT Solutions of LA and Irvine, leader provider who have been delivering technology solutions to small and medium businesses for over 21 years. With more than 230 offices through the United States and Canada, CMIT Solutions assist businesses by helping them plan and proactively manage information technology as a competitive advantage, either to grow or to support their businesses. Billy is a creator of high-impact sales methodologies and the concept of the highly effective executive, which has been taught in Mexico, Brazil, and the United States. Billy Solano in the last 21 years designed and delivered important strategies, created alliances as generator of value, increasing income through the technology enforcement. Keep listening if you want to learn more about him and learn some golden nuggets about business and life. Billy Solano, welcome to Quiero Dinero podcast.
Hi, Juan Pablo. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's really a pleasure to have me in your program.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure to have you. And Billy, please in a few minutes tell our community about yourself, about what do you do and how do you start?
Sure. Well, my name is Billy Solano. I own CMIT Solutions of Los Angeles and Irvine. CMIT Solutions is an IT provider that helps small and medium businesses with their IT needs. Understanding computers, network, switches, you name it. In these times, you know that hackers are really trying to get the data of these companies. Right. So we specialize in cybersecurity. The medium and small businesses range that we manage is from 5 employees to 150. These kind of companies sometimes cannot afford to have an IT guy in their premises or even a team that can help them with the regular IT requirements. So that's when CMIT Solutions come in place, and we outsource those operations. So we are kind of the doctor maintaining the computers, always healthy, the servers, the network, and providing this extra level of cybersecurity so we can prevent and remotely manage every threat that a possible attacker can get into that network. Right. I have been 25 years in the IT industry. I started my career making a master's degree in marketing back in the 80s, where everyone thought that I was crazy because nobody even realized what marketing was. But I was one of those crazy guys that I believed that marketing, it will be extremely. Yeah. So now, almost 30 years later, marketing is almost everything, no? So I can say that I do achieve of my objectives through the customer satisfaction. And that's all about marketing. You drive your company towards customer sat, and if you have happy customers, and now that with this social media, well, you will be successful. So I started there, and then one IT company hired me. It was called JDEdwards. Well, it still exists. Right. JDEdwards was acquired by Oracle. Oracle is pretty famous today because they won that TikTok.
Oh, it's a big company.
Yeah, so Oracle is one of the biggest. It's a monster of IT. So Oracle in that time acquired JDEdwards, and I started JDEdwards as a sales manager and became the vice president of all Latin America in 4 years. So I love IT since then. I think that the differentiation was that I put a lot of marketing focus on customer satisfaction into the IT world, and that was the secret of my success. From then, I jumped to another big company, which is called Accenture, which is one of the largest consulting firms. Stay down there like 10 years being a partner and have great clients, as Kat mentioned, because it's public and it's on my webpage. I manage clients as big as Coca-Cola or as big as Grupo Modelo, the producer of Corona beer.
Of course.
And so, yeah, I have the pleasure to be my client for a long, long time. And I learned a lot about their industry. And then finally, I decided to get my own company with all that the experience that I've been achieving and acquiring for the knowledge. And I acquired my own company, and I'm very happy with that decision. I help a lot of businesses and getting them to achieve their goals through technology, which is something that I really enjoy.
Right. Awesome. I love it. And Billy, what's the most challenging you have encountered personally and professionally, and how do you overcome the challenge? And of course, what do you learn from it?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, coming from a marketing perspective and then entering in the IT world, which every single thing is bit and bytes, where if you go a little bit techie, you don't understand anything about what they are talking about, you know?
Right.
So that was a very challenging for me because I was kind of a salesman involved in this IT world with the only thing that you talk is with techies and the guys that wants to understand everything about every single process and every single bit and byte that an endpoint or a machine can set. So that was very interesting in my career because I faced it and I said, you know what, I'm gonna say like my grandpa said, you just see the fridge and you don't want to ask how it does it. Just understand that thing helps you call the meals, or call the
right.
food.
Right.
So that's a little bit how I faced it. I didn't want to understand deeply of how the technology was doing what. The only thing that I was focused on what the technology can do best for the business, how the technology can help or sell more or reduce cost or get more efficiency in employees. So then I thought that facing this challenge like that, it will help me out, and it did. Finally, and in these days, you know that technology now and living in Los Angeles and in the Southern California, I mean, we are the high techs of the world. Exactly. And if you wanted to understand how every single thing works, like now the apps, or imagine if you can talk to your grandfather and say, you know what, I'm gonna establish a conversation with you live, and you will be able to see me, and you will be able to. I mean, he will die again just to think of how this thing could happen. So the only thing that you have to know now is that exist, live with it, and try to get the best of it.
Right. I love it. I love it. And I think you're right. I mean, technology is just a tool to accomplish something else.
Exactly. And even happiness now with the TikTok. You use it to be happy, to get some smiles or some laughs out of yourself, but that's the way you use it. I mean, and you don't care how they are doing it, and if they're streaming, if there's so many powers in the clouds, or how many storage do now Oracle needs to run the app. So you don't care about all those things. The only thing that you use it, you enjoy it, and that's it.
Exactly. I love it. And Billy, what's the most exciting thing are you working on right now, or projects, or or clients?
In this same situation, we want to expand our operations because, I mean, the LA market is really, really very competitive, especially in IT. So we're in the challenge of opening the new office in Irvine. So now it's a whole challenge because now it's another city. It's a very high-ended city with a lot of corporates going down there. It's a beautiful city. So my really challenge is just to make the same thing that I made in LA, to try to replay this success. Without knowing anybody and just starting from scratch again, trying to provide the same services and customer sat that we do here in Los Angeles. So I think that is my upcoming challenge, and I think I'm ready for it. I will apply all my knowledge between all these years and try to be successful.
Well, congratulations for that, because right now with this current situation, I mean, not everybody is like expanding and putting more efforts like you are doing right now. So congratulations for that.
Yeah, we have to take advantage of the situation. I know that it's hard, but in these times is when you get opportunities. And I thought that it was a big opportunity to get into that market and get our knowledge and our tools and our services to that. They are growing real nice, and they have invested tons of money in that city. So I think this is going to be a good challenge.
Right, exactly. I love it. And Billy Solano, share with our community your biggest insights about business, or most valuable financial lessons. Yeah,
all my life, I'm trying, and this is kind of personal. I always try when I'm with a customer that I can really help the customer. I mean that the client feels that they are hiring me for something that I can solve, or something that I can improve, or something that I can do more efficient as they are now. So every time that I face with a client, I really would like to make a lot of research, study the processes, study the human being, how he has been, what kind of process in his life he has been facing, what kind of challenging as well. So whenever I sit down with him for the first time, I really know a lot about him, a lot about the company, a lot about the industry. And what I provide him is really a solution that he needs. I never oversell. I always try to get this customer satisfaction real to the next level, so they can always remember me as somebody that can provide with something that they don't have, and that I can be valuable for them. So,
no, wow, absolutely. I mean, customer satisfaction is paramount these days. And
exactly.
What do you like the most about your business?
The contact with the people and with the companies, like as mentioned, like trying to help them, or in the main areas, which is or sell more, or understand a little bit better the consumer behavior, or to decrease costs, because in these times it's quite important that you can put some tools there and say, you know what, I can help you. Instead of paying 10, you're going to pay 6 of this, and that you will help the employees be a little more efficient, and to be careful, because now we have a lot of training for employees to don't go on that site, don't click in that email, that will compromise the information of the company, and then will comes with trouble. Also, talking about cybersecurity, there's a lot for us to teach the employees. So we have a lot of webinars, and we have a lot of information that we share with our clients and with their employees, so they can be careful of the daily operations. And now that they are working from home, it's very important that they follow what the company or their corporate is sharing with them, and don't go out of those protocols of security. Right. I mean, to be practical. So don't open a link. Don't go into web pages that you don't trust, and you never, ever give information about yourself.
Right. Awesome. There, and education is really important in during these days. And Billy, what's the best way for the community to get in touch with you or with your company?
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I will appreciate it. Well, my company is www.cmitsolutions.com, and if we want to see a little bit more of me, I have my own webpage, which is billysolano.com, and all the social media. You just if you want to go Facebook with Billy Solano, LinkedIn, Billy Solano, Twitter. I'm everywhere. So it's
nice.
quite easy to find me. You just Google me on billysolano.com, and I will be there.
I got it. Thank you. Awesome. And Billy, what leaders or mentors or entrepreneurs do you respect or look up, and why?
Yeah, that's another great question. I mean, the first one was a mentor that I had in Accenture. That was I always remember him, and I'm still having contact with him because he taught me that so many things, and in this world in the tough way. Let me put you an example. We were with this big client, Coca-Cola client, trying to get a nice proposal. And he made me went into the roots in the buses with all these people delivering the beverage. And I spent like 2 weeks with them in the truck delivering Coca-Cola. So that was a really great experience for myself because I understood all the process, how the customers were.
Right.
And he was wise enough to get me into the very, very poor areas of Mexico. So that was challenging, that was frightening, but I think he did a good job because I really learned a lot. And talking about other ones, I think the big guys, the Jobs, the Gates,
right.
All of that guys that have been creating this amazing world that we live. It's
right.
someone that you really have to follow. Now the Amazon guy, I mean, that guy is amazing with the wife and all that they have been created. I just saw the first grocery store from Amazon. And those kind of guys, I thank God that we have the opportunity to live with this kind of brilliant people and that's so intelligent and so committed to success that they can provide us this kind of world.
Wow. No, I agree with you 100%, and thank you for sharing that. And now we can, switch a little español. ¿Por qué no?
Con mucho gusto.
Qué bueno, Billy. Billy Solano, ¿qué legado te gustaría dejar?
Mira, mi legado es algo que me encanta porque para mí el ser feliz es lo más importante que hay en este mundo. Entonces, lo que yo quiero, y se los he dejado manifestado, inclusive en mi página, si tú la ves ahí, billysolano.com, lo que abro con eso es que happiness is everything for me, ¿no? Entonces, todo lo que yo siempre he recomendado o he tratado con la gente, de compartir con la gente, es trata de hacer todas las cosas que te hacen feliz, y lo que no te haga feliz, trata de no hacerlo. Esto incluye en tu día a día, o te incluye en tu núcleo de personas, o te incluye en tu núcleo de networking. Entonces, si tú siempre estás haciendo algo que te produce felicidad, vas a ser muy feliz y vas a ser muy exitoso. Si en cambio para ti es una pesadez o es algo que no te gusta, que realmente no lo disfrutas, que sientes sientes un dolor para hacerlo, pues es algo que en el día a día te está empobreciendo. Exacto. Me explico, porque no estás haciendo lo que a ti te gusta. Entonces, si no estás haciendo lo que te gusta, no tienes el performance, ni tienes las habilidades, ni lo que puedas tener en ti cuando estás en un ambiente de felicidad. Entonces, siempre les he dicho, si no estás conforme con tu trabajo, pues busca uno que realmente te guste, donde tú aportes, donde tú te sientas que eres útil para él. No estés en un trabajo a fuerzas, donde no aguantas a las personas o no aguantas el ambiente, o realmente es algo que a ti no te es feliz, no te deja satisfecho. Entonces estás peleando en un día a día que realmente te va a llevar a ser infeliz.
Correcto. No, muchísimas gracias por compartir esto y totalmente de acuerdo contigo. ¿Y cuántas personas a veces están en ese ciclo vicioso y bueno, pues no.
Y que no quieren salir de ahí, ¿no?
Porque exacto. Pero es una
porque les da miedo, pero es peor el miedo de enfrentarlo. Y nada más yo les digo, bueno, trata de ser feliz. O sea, si no estás siendo feliz por ahí, trata. ¿Qué te gustaría hacer? Así, ahora sí que no. ¿Qué te gustaría hacer de grande? Pues no tanto de grande. ¿Qué te gustaría hacer para ser feliz? No, pues fíjate que yo creo que a mí, aunque estoy en el consultorio, pues la verdad es que no me gusta mucho estar con las personas y huelen feo, y entonces pues vete a otro lugar, me explico, o sea, no trabajes ahí, porque seguramente no te estás desempeñando de la forma que tu gente o tu compañía pretende, porque no estás en tu área de felicidad, no de confort, sino de felicidad. Entonces, pues tienes que romper con eso y hacer un sacrificio y enfocarte en lo que te gusta.
Correcto, no, me encanta. Muchas gracias por compartir esto. Y Billy Solano, antes de concluir, ¿algún mensaje final que te gustaría compartir?
Bueno, pues también si algún día quieren, con mucho gusto, si no es de negocios, es de superación personal, ahí estoy para servirles. Tienen todas mis maneras de conectarse conmigo y yo encantado de ser su coach. Tengo el placer de ser mentor de mucha gente, y eso para mí me nutre, me llena de energía, me hace ser feliz. Entonces, si alguien necesita un coach de cualquier tipo, ya sea de la manera de negocios o personal o familiar, con mucho gusto para servirles. Y encantado de estar en tu programa, Juan Pablo. Eres un emprendedor, me da mucho gusto. Qué bueno que estés haciendo esto para ayudar a las personas, porque van muy encaminado a lo que yo pienso.
For all out there, keep raising the bar as well. I hope you enjoyed this interview, and thank you for listening, and please don't forget to share. Thank you for my support, RTV Financial Group in Beverly Hills, Callcast, and Powered Podcasting.